Bridge was walking down the street towards his favorite hotel when he saw a familiar face standing outside the entrance. She was looking up and down both sides of the street. He knew she was looking for him. He took a deep breath, then turned around to begin walking the other way. He just wasn't in the mood to deal with her again. Sharon Fester seemed like a nice girl, and he was sympathetic to her problem. Bridge just didn't think he could help her. He wasn't sure anyone could. Bridge put his head down as he walked away. Then he heard her voice. "Luke! Mr. Bridge!" Bridge stopped and took another deep breath, knowing he'd been seen. He then heard footsteps coming closer. Without looking, he could tell she was running toward him. He could hear her breathing heavily from running. She obviously wasn't a distance runner. Bridge didn't move a muscle, just looking past the scores of people passing him by. Then he saw Fester's young face. "I'm so glad I caught you." Bridge smiled. "That you did." "Did you sneak past me coming out of the hotel or something?" No, I was just walking this way." "How'd you get past me?"
"Well, I didn't. I was walking that way, then I turned around to walk back because... Well, anyway, it doesn't matter."
"So I've got a new proposition for you."
Bridge rolled his eyes. "Sharon..."
I know, but I've got it this time."
"Sharon, it's not about the money. It never was, never will be."
"I've scraped together 5,000, but I can get more."
"Sharon, you're not listening to me. It's not about the money."
"It's not?"
Bridge shook his head. "No, the money is fine." Fester immediately smiled.
"So you'll take it?"
"No! That's not what I said. I just said it's not about the money."
"Well, why wouldn't it be about the money? Isn't it always about the money?"
"Not with me," Bridge said.
"I've heard you're more expressive than what I've offered."
"Usually I am, but not in this case."
"So why won't you take it?"
"Sharon, I've explained this to you the last 3 times we've talked. I'm sympathetic to your problem. I really am. But in order for me to look for someone, I need a place to start."
Fester's eyes started to swell with tears. "I just miss my sister. She's been gone for 6 months, and I just want her back."
Tears. Tears were like a weapon against Bridge. He couldn't stand them, especially when they were warranted. Tears had a habit of making him do things he didn't want to do. He had to fight the urge this time. He gently grabbed Fester by her elbow and led her over to the concrete wall so they weren't in the middle of foot traffic. "Look, Sharon, I'd like to help. I really would. All you've told me so far in our previous encounters is that your sister met some guy and took off somewhere. Now, as far as we can tell, she's gone off on her own free will. As far as we know, she's not in any danger. Not only that, you have no idea where she's gone. Like, you can't even give me a continent in which to look on."
"But I don't know."
"Exactly. Now, how am I supposed to find someone when I don't even have a place to start?"
"But she's in trouble, I know it,"
Sharon said. "How do you know that? You don't know the name of the guy she met."
"Because we're very close. Always have been. She'd never go somewhere for 6 months without telling me where she was or who she was with. She wouldn't do that."
"Sharon..."
"She wouldn't. Our parents passed away 3 years ago in a car accident. We were all that we had left. Each other. We made a promise that we'd always be there for one another, no matter what."
"Okay, that's a very moving story, and my heart breaks for you. But I still need something to go on, and you haven't given me that. When you have that, then come back and talk to me, okay? But until then, there's nothing I can do."
Bridge tried to give her a warm smile before he left, though it came across as more of a sad one than anything. He left her standing there and walked back to the hotel. Just as he got to the entrance, he looked back and saw Fester standing in the same exact spot. She hadn't moved an inch. She was looking down at the concrete, trying to hold back the tears from flooding the ground beneath her. Before going inside the hotel, Bridge sighed, legitimately feeling bad for her situation. But like he'd told her, there was nothing he could do without something to work with, and she just didn't have it. Once Bridge got to his room, he found Nicole staring out the window, looking down at the street. He walked over to her and put his arms around her, giving her a kiss on the neck. She tilted her head back so he could plant another one on her, this time on her lips. "I've been missing that."
"Hope it was worth the wait," Bridge said.
"It was.
I noticed Sharon Fester down there.
Yeah, she was pleading for help again.